morning. Good morning. Y'all, we be struggling sometimes on Thursday mornings. But if you are joining us for the first time, this is Beautyish Radio.
Hey.
And yes, we're glad to be back. We love you guys. We thank you for joining. And what am I saying?
You don't know because you don't know.
Okay, good morning, Sandy. So, yes, Beautyish Radio is where we talk about beauty, business.
And all that ish.
Yes, that's my favorite part. Okay, so I am Joy M. Hutton. I am the founder of On The Go Glam.
And I am Lydia Evans, founder of SW&G Essentials.
Yes, so we are here for another day, another dollar. Well, we're not making no money, but on the show.
Speak for yourself.
On the show.
Oh, well, no, you can't let people know you're making money because then they want
right.
all of it.
We brokety broke.
I'm sorry, I'm brokety broke. Blackety black and
blackety
brokety broke.
black and brokety
I ain't got no money.
Right.
And I'm just black.
Right.
So that's it today.
Right. Okay. Good morning, Maurice. Thanks for joining us. Man, it has been a week so far. I'm like, are we still in Mercury retrograde?
I know I am. Whatever that means.
I think I am too.
Man, it must be some Mercury retrograding. Ooh, Lord have mercy. God.
I think I'm still in Mercury retrograde, but I think we need to have our morning juice to get right. Get right. Good morning, Maurice and Sandy. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Teresa.
Hola, Sandy. Hey, Teresa.
Sean, good morning.
Well, hello, Sean. Thank you. Oh,
hey,
Denise.
Denise. Okay, y'all in here with us this morning. Thanks for joining.
I just can't seem to figure out. I did the right post, but damn.
Lydia is over here.
Look.
Effing us out.
I can almost show you, Joy. No, I can show you. Watch.
She can't get us on Facebook.
Right,
we gonna be
this.
switching platforms.
I click right post. Look at that. Look at that.
Okay.
Look, see?
Yeah,
help me.
I don't know what you're
see
doing.
what I'm saying? All right.
We gonna work on this later. All right.
Doing the best like I am.
Okay, guys. So we're back for another day, and you know how we like to start the week off.
Yep.
And this is not y'all grandmama podcast, okay? So you know, we said it wasn't PG-13. Lydia is on that rated R.
I think life pushes you from PG-13. You start so pure and so sweet.
Yes.
And life just grabs you by the ass.
It does.
Kicks your ass.
It does.
Shows your ass.
Right.
Gets your ass right together.
Makes you want to just set it off.
And when it's all said and done, you're rated R.
Right.
Yeah.
Like set it off. And speaking of set it off, our beauty of the week is...
Oh, yes. Hey,
Queen
Latifah. Yes.
I love Queen Latifah. And can I just say...
No, you can't. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking
her
with you.
hair is always laid.
No,
Have
it
you
is.
ever seen Queen Latifah
Never.
with a bad hair day?
Never.
And I saw a recent interview where she's like, you're not going to catch me out here with no edges.
Right. That's what you're not going to do.
You know, she brings her own stylist to
Right.
these shoots and when she's filming. So Queen Latifah don't play about the hair. And I get it because I don't let nobody touch my hair. My hair might be uneven. Y'all might talk about me, but that's okay. I cut my own hair.
Right.
I do my own hair. It ain't falling out. I still got my edges.
And I just let mine get to a certain length and just start. You know, what do I call them? I call them beady balls.
Beady
See,
balls.
when you have
She
like
just
a
be
natural,
on the phone
your
just
beady balls.
cutting beady
it just at
balls
the
out.
end creates a ball. Yes, the natural sisters know what I'm talking about. You get a ball
Yes,
at the end.
yes.
And then you just, it's beady balls.
Beady balls.
And so I end
like
up
it.
clipping at the beady balls.
Yes.
And so it
and
just,
then
I get tired of this and I just
and then
buzz
it's
cut it
one
off and
side
start
like
off.
this, one side like
Don't
this.
even care.
You know, hey, I'm okay with it. My hair is uneven too. Hey, Lasagna, thanks for joining. I see Nicole Evans.
Oh,
Happy
hey,
Women's
Evans.
History
I like
Month.
how that middle name is. I mean, how that
Yes.
maiden is Evans. That's my last name, but
Evans
hey,
on
Nicole.
Evans.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, it is Women's History Month. Happy Women's History Month. That's every day for us ladies, okay? Because we run this thing. So don't just limit yourselves to 1 month because it's all about us. And if they don't know, now they know, okay?
If they don't know, now they know. Ninja.
Hey.
Okay, I got it. I posted it. Hello.
Now
Hello.
she's back. Now she's with us. Welcome, Lydia.
I don't know if I'm ever with you. I'm always in another room.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Are you here with us?
I'm trying to
Yes.
be here with you, babe.
Listen, we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes.
But, I just want to say that every day is a blessed day.
Yes, it is.
We're going to try to make it a blessed day, even though folks be pushing our buttons, don't they? All right, crickets. That's when the crickets shit
Where's
came
the
in.
crickets at, Mike? Because I could easily turn on you. You know that, Mike. Damn. Come on, Mike.
She be ready to fire Mike.
Damn.
Mike is back, y'all. Somebody asked last week, did we fire Mike? No, we didn't fire Mike. Mike fired us for the day. So he's back,
Right.
and we're glad to have Mike back. But today, we are going to I want to make sure we have plenty of time
Yeah.
to talk to Lydia, because we talked about my business.
Did we?
But now I'm going to get all up in Lydia's business.
I think we can talk
today.
about more about your business.
Nope. It's all about you today.
Is it?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
all about you. This lady right here, y'all, she's a boss.
That's what I hear.
She's a boss.
I hear that,
This
but
is a badass woman.
oh, thank you, Jizzle.
And she's my friend.
I am
Yes.
your dear friend, baby. I love you.
And
like
I
good
love you.
food.
So, y'all, listen. Lydia is the founder of SW&G Essentials,
Yep.
also known as SW&G Essentials. She has appeared on Shark Tank,
Maybe.
and a host of other national
Could.
platforms.
I don't know. It could be a
see,
lie.
See how she do it? It ain't a lie. And she is also the founder of the Sanaa Expo.
Sanaa Expo,
Yes,
yes.
Sanaa Expo.
Thank
Did
you.
I say it wrong?
You know, you said it just
okay.
right.
And she's like, Sanaa.
No,
Okay.
it's just my chance to do that. You know how people do that?
Right.
Correction.
Sanaa.
You
Okay.
were like, it's Lydia. It's
Sanaa.
Lydia. You
Right.
know, get it right.
Joa.
Joa. That's it. Evans.
Knowing your name is Sharon.
Last name is Evon.
Knowing your name
Evon.
is Sharon, and you talking about my name is Sharon.
My
okay,
name is
anyway,
Lydia
See,
Evon.
she trying to distract me. I'm not doing this. We talking about Lydia today. So Lydia, she founded the Sanaa Expo.
Yep.
And she brought in Lisa Price and Raymond Santana from When They See Us, and really wanting to highlight social justice and prison reform and all of those
Yep.
things. And she cares just so much. So I know I'm
much.
talking a lot about her, but I want her to talk about her too.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And then, y'all know we're going to cut y'all off at some point, so you're going to have to hear the rest of Lydia's story later. And listen, I'm going to say this right now. Y'all better wear your mask.
Oh, yeah, even when Abbott cuts that off. Because Abbott, he's in a whole bubble.
Right. What do you say, March 10th? Listen,
March 10th, he's opening it. And y'all know what it is. Y'all know they want about a 2-3 million to die.
Right.
We get it. It's
Right.
they're not gonna get on TV and say that, but it's like we get it. The population control, we get all that. Listen, wear your mask and stop
wear your
acting
mask.
like you're inevitable.
You can't hang out with me if
Invincible.
you ain't wearing no
Invincible.
mask. That's what I'm telling
No,
you.
that's not gonna happen. Just breathing.
It's just going to be
We haven't
me.
gotten there yet. I think they should get it the inoculation to a certain level before they do that. I
Yeah.
really do. I think that it makes sense if you say, okay, 85% of the state, 75% of the state has been inoculated.
Right.
Let's take a chance. You can even say in order to get into facilities, you have to be able to show that.
Right.
For you to open your facility, you have to be able to show that your staff and your facility, they've been inoculated. Like I think there's a way to go about doing that a little bit more smooth. But when there's money involved, people get dirty.
Oh, yeah.
And I've learned in business, money makes people go fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does. It does.
People lose their mind. They just they become
Listen.
a whole nother person when money gets involved.
Right.
And that's
A
one
whole
thing I
other
think I
person.
pride myself in is I've stayed the same regardless. I don't give and I've seen some money and I've been broke and I have never let it change me. And I get that a lot from people over the years because I think people when they first heard about my success, they just automatically assumed I was going to become this different thing. And then now that 7 years has passed, they're like, oh, wow, no, Lydia's really the same person.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, money come, money go.
It does.
But, who I got to answer to and who I am, has to remain the same. I still want to have the same people in my life that I had way before money came.
Yeah.
The
I
good
agree.
ones, not all of them. I don't try to stay connected to people from when I was little bitty just because we knew each other from little. I don't mean that. I mean
Right.
I don't ever want money to come in and falter relationships I have with people who've been solid with me from day one. I'll
Yeah.
never let that happen.
Absolutely. They're saying, good, Teresa. You can hang out with me. Or Teresa. Because I see the Delgado. So it's
See, here we
probably
go.
Teresa.
Here she go with remember last week she was with the Nicaragua. Y'all remember that?
You know,
The
listen,
say it
I
for
want to
me,
pronounce
Nicaragua.
it Nicaragua. I got the Spanish in my blood. I got to say it right, okay? Yes. See, you can hang with me, Teresa and Sandy. You got your mask. Wear your mask, all right?
Teresa.
She called her Teresa. I think it's Teresa. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into talking about Lydia. So yeah, I like everything that you're saying about money doesn't change you. So let's start there. Talk about how you started your entrepreneurial journey.
Oh God. I started. It started really more of a hobby than it started as a company. So it started kind of like I was doing things to kind of help myself with my eczema, my severely dry skin, and I was like mixing already pre-made things. So I would take Lubriderm and melt down cocoa butter and put it in it to thicken it, so that it could keep me moisturized more. And then what happened was, after a while, I started looking in the ingredients, and I started to notice almost every brand was made by the exact same company. And they all had the exact same ingredients, just a different label on the front, which explains why when I would try, if I started one end of the aisle all the way to the end and I tried all of them, I got the same result.
Yeah.
And so I just basically said, well, let me start trying to make my own stuff. And so I started making, my very first product was a body butter. It was a whipped body butter. And it was so expensive for me to make, I had to charge like, I think at the time it was like $55 a jar.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were doing this before it was popular.
Way
people
before it was
started
popular.
making whipped body butter. Now everybody got a whipped body butter.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you were doing
absolutely.
this because this was 14 years ago, right?
Yeah, this was in 2006. It'll be 15.
Wow.
It'll be 15 years in August.
Y'all, that's major.
Well, I started
15
making stuff
years.
from home in 2005.
Okay.
But I didn't take that leap until 2006.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the leap has been 14 years.
So what
the
made
making
you
of
take
products
the
have been
leap?
15.
What made you take the leap? Because that's...
I'm a free spirit, and then there's that calling that I've kind of shared with some people before. There's a calling that just kept pulling me.
Yeah.
That kept pulling me under the comfort of a 2-week check, under the comfort of knowing that, you know, I have something to sustain myself. None of that started to matter after a while. I was literally
Right.
miserable. But I know that God kind of picked me up by my head and just moved me. Because God, generally, when he wants you to change, he makes your situation, whatever it may be, extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't, I don't know. It just, the job started to annoy the hell out of me, Joy. Like, it was just, I mean, like, my coworkers would come and say, good morning, Lydia. And I'd be like, yeah.
Right.
They didn't even
It
do
ain't a
anything
good
to
morning.
me. Yeah.
Right. You're like, it ain't a good morning.
Yeah. And then it got to the point where, like, on my breaks, I would run outside and lay in my car. Just to get away from people. I didn't even want to interact with people. You know, normally in the
Yeah.
office, people like, you gotta take a break. I'm gonna take a break with you and go to the break room. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I kept seeking this solitude that I didn't understand where it was
Yeah.
coming from. I didn't want to be around people, and then when I would be in my car, all these thoughts would go through my mind. Like I would start thinking about, oh man, how can I scent my body butter? How can well, I wonder if I can put some natural dye in it that won't make me itchy, but it can make it
Yeah.
maybe pink because that's my favorite color. And it's just, so my mind just got to the point where I didn't want any distractions.
Right.
Could I identify that at the time? Hell no. Can I identify that today, that was God isolating me? I get it now.
Yeah.
Didn't get that at the time. My coworkers started thinking I was fucking weird. They was just
Right.
like, so what's up with Lydia going in her car and just sitting in her car on every break? She's a weirdo.
Right. They're
So
like,
then when my skin started to clear up, I started to wear shorter sleeve shirts, and then people would be like, oh, your skin is pretty. And I'd be like, yeah, you know, I don't really wear short sleeve shirts because I have eczema. And then that would instigate that dialogue. And then I would start talking to someone like, oh, you got eczema? My mom got eczema. My cousin got eczema. So I started making creams for people. It was never for a business because I didn't know that passion was to turn into a profit. I just thought that was a gift I had.
Yeah.
So I was giving it away for free until
Wow.
it was like, no, I can't do this. This you gotta
right.
have to
You
pay me
putting
for the
in labor.
ingredients.
Right. And you're paying for the ingredients. Exactly.
So people were just buying it from me at cost.
Okay.
But the whole time I'm at this job that I'm miserable at, never connecting the
Yeah.
two. This is my passion to turn to profit. I didn't see that though.
Right.
Because I couldn't see how in the world can I take care of myself.
Right.
Take care of my benefits. Take care of my whole every need from start to finish without the cushion of a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you started doing that, and then
I quit. But I was fired at the same time.
Isn't that like
Never-
a lot of entrepreneur stories? Like, because we're rebels in the workplace. I tell people that all the time. Like, listen, I said with my last job, I said either I was going to get fired or I was going to go to jail. You know, because I was unhappy, you know, and I felt like I was being put in a box, and I don't do well with that. So, so you left your job, you went all in with your business, and And what was the journey to your signature product? Because you started with women's products, and then you transitioned into your signature product, the Swag Bar.
Well, I was doing the women's industry primarily for the bulk of it because it's what I knew.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I literally would like canvas.
You're an esthetician.
I am an esthetician.
You shouldn't mention that. See, what I'm saying, she got all these things, y'all. She's just amazing.
People, I think sometimes people feel like, oh, Lydia, and it's just like. I think it's an adaptation. It's kind of like a puppy. Every time if they bite on the cord, they get popped. They get zapped. They kind of back up. So they learn after a while. Don't bite on the cord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't even have to take the cords off the ground anymore. They just know.
Right.
So I think with me, what happened was when I first started, I was so overzealous and so excited and so oh my God, and I run my resume and vitae down and my name is Lydia because I felt like I needed people to know that to validate for them to make a purchase.
Yeah.
Like there's a part of me that want them to know, no, I'm just not pulling this out of my ass.
Right.
I have these credentials.
Right.
This Lydia now is just so confident in myself and so okay with me and at peace. I'm just like, bitch, look me up.
Right. Exactly.
Google me if you want to know. Like I don't have it in me to be constantly telling like
Trying
I'm over
to prove
that.
Yourself.
Oh hell no.
Exactly.
Oh, them days are gone. Either you get it or you don't like but that's also because it's like I got accustomed to being around people who don't look like what you would understand their resume to be.
Yeah.
All of my core sisters and people who are very close to me, they don't look like they live a lavish life. They don't look like, they don't carry themselves, they don't talk about it. Like you would never know. They'll sit in the room just underrated as hell. You would never know until you look over and be like, that's the man that makes Shea Moisture. Get out of here. Because you kept saying, like, his face looked familiar, but you can't quite figure it out.
Exactly.
But when he leaves the house, he's in raggedy jeans and some hush puppies. You don't know this man got 6 Bentleys.
Right.
But it's just because at a certain point, you're like, I don't know. It's just, you change. So I think life kind of just morphed me into this. And then what you also learn is at the end of the day, although everybody cares, really underneath it all, nobody gives a shit. You understand are you understanding what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You have an extensive resume and all these people care, but nobody really gives a shit.
Right. They're like,
you know what I mean? And so after a while, you just be like, yeah, okay. Because until you get to like a certain level, and then unless what you're doing, you're constantly on TV and you constantly have this, people don't equate you being a celebrity unless they see you on TV. They equate celebrityism with being able to see you.
Right.
If they feel like you're good enough for a network to pick you up and put you on TV, then it's almost like you're validated to be a celebrity. But they don't understand past that moment, you're still a celebrity.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Right.
So when the screen's ain't in your face no more, your celebrity doesn't go away. You're still a celebrity.
Yeah.
But a celebrity is what you make it. You can either be a Paris Hilton celebrity,
right,
and make a fool of yourself for years before you kind of calm your ass down.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you want to just change the look and the image of everything you've done, or you can just stay yourself the entire time. And I chose to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's interesting you talk about the celebrityism, because I don't even with me being on Ready to Love, I don't call myself a celebrity. And people are like, but you are. And I'm like, I'm just Joy. You know, I don't get into the titles of this and that. I'm just going to continue to be me. And that's what I love about you, because like you said, you haven't changed. We've been friends for several years, and you have been consistently the same person. And I love you. I love you, boo.
Because it's one thing to feel you're a certain way.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, a true reflection of who you are is what your friends and people close to you see.
Absolutely.
Because you can all day say, I've been the same person. And then you got friends around you like, this bitch didn't change.
Right, she didn't change. But is it really you changing or them changing? You know, and it's usually them changing their behavior towards you because they think you are this and you are that. But
they want to beat you to it.
Right. Right. They're like,
it's almost like they want to cut you off before they feel like.
I'm too busy for her.
Yeah.
Girl, bye.
Or just act unbothered.
Right.
Or wait for you to hit them up.
Or she should be reaching out to me. Well, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it still has to be an exchange.
Right. It's just like, and you know, I'm in a different season of my life too, which I know you are as well. And they're just, you just choose to spend time with the people and the things that are most important to you.
Absolutely.
And so, so back to swag and this journey to the swag bar and all, and how you, even not even just a swag bar, but how you transition into unisex and just male grooming.
Okay, so after I did those things and I was in that sector for a while, I started to realize that it was going to be really difficult for me to stand out.
Yeah.
Because it was not it's very difficult to jump into something that's already saturated and stand out, especially if you're making products that have a similar category name. So if I'm making a body butter, in people's minds, there's nothing different about my body butter from my teeny tiny company than if they continue to buy their Body Shop body butter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I was hitting this wall where I was like, I'm having a hard time standing out. I stand out when I do a booth at an event, but I'm having a hard time standing out in the whole market. Meanwhile, while these thoughts are going through my mind, because remember we talked about master manifestation and how I truly understand and know that I am a master manifester. So I didn't know during this manifestation period that I was manifesting what I needed to create a standout product in my brand. I didn't know that. And that was when my brother was urging me to make something for gentlemen who have folliculitis, which is a really sweet way of saying hair bumps. And, you know, with him being a barber and having done it for 20 years, saying he couldn't, well, he's 20 plus now, but having done it for so many years and saying he couldn't find anything, I was like, dang, you know, and he was like, baby, I've tried everything in the department stores, in the grocery stores, in the Walgreens, Walmart, all that. And he was like, they kind of do a little something, but they don't really cure the problem per se.
Yeah.
And so then that's when I developed the swag bar. But I, again, never thought that it would do what it did. It started as the deep cleansing face bar, because that's what it was.
Right.
The guys started calling it the swag bar because my company name is Soaps, Washes, and Grooming Essentials. So they just acronymed that down. It was like, let me get the swag bar, because they couldn't remember deep cleansing face bar.
Yeah.
But I just knew I was going to enter the market with a real strong name, real Clinique-ish. Deep cleansing, you know. But the guys was, you know the barbershops. They're you know what I mean? Right out to Mente, Naya, where you at? They're gonna name it something easy and familiar, and so then it became this thing. And then that's when a dear friend of mine at the time reached out to me, and she was like, Lydia, you need to take this product to Shark Tank, because they're auditioning in Austin. Of course, as God has always had my life, everything has happened to me very divine, I suppose, because I wasn't prepared for that.
Right.
And all of my greatest moments I was never prepared for, because I don't think you can be prepared for greatness, if that makes sense. If greatness is either on you or it's just not.
Right.
You're either born with it or you're not.
Yeah.
That's another subject.
Right.
So, you know, I was not prepared. I did not have an elevator pitch. I hadn't practiced. I found out literally the day before, drove down there, did the pitch, and they called me back, and everything else was history from there. And that allowed that to be the standout item. And then what I did was all the items that I knew were kick-ass products, I just added them under that brand.
Yeah.
And I just brought some of them back that I knew I was killing it with that product when I was, you know, doing it independently and doing boots and stuff. And so that's how the brand SW&G Essentials really was birthed, you know.
I love it.
Yeah.
And y'all, we're going to have a part 2. So next week is going to be continuing the conversation about Lydia and Swag Essentials, because there's so much there.
It is.
She giving us the fast forward version.
I'm trying to, because I'm looking at this clock and trying to get it all. I'm like, Lord, have mercy.
She's giving us the fast forward version, y'all, because there's so much that she has done, because I want her to talk about that Shark Tank experience, the aftermath, all of that. So we're going to get into that, to more of that next week. What I want to go back to today is the mask thing, right? Because we talked about that earlier, because this is a serious issue. So we're going to bring up our Girl Shut Up, which is Governor Abbott. And he ended the Texas mask mandate without input from any COVID-19 medical advisors, and basically, as of March 10th, said that we don't have to wear a mask anymore. Let me tell you something. I'm wearing my mask. I don't give a damn what Governor Abbott says, because here's the thing. In Texas, only 15% of Texans have been vaccinated. And so that's 85% of people who haven't, if you do the math.
Right.
So I'm not with the shit.
And Texas got a lot of people.
Right.
We're like, what, the second largest state, highly populated?
Yeah. Like, it's just, so for him to make that rash call, and he's like, everything is 100% open.
That's a lot.
Mask,
with no regulations. That's the part for me. Is like, the first thing I thought was, okay, I get it. it's crippling the economy.
Right.
Totally understand that. And so it's a very convoluted thing,
Right.
because you can't just keep everything shut and then keep pouring out and paying for people's bills.
Right. Exactly.
It's impossible to do that. We're going to turn into you're going to have to take the Gucci belt off of our third world.
Right.
We won't be able to be the third world in the Gucci belt.
No.
We'll just be a third world if you keep up with the deficit. In addition to, have FEMA responding to these natural disasters due to climate change. I get it. But it's like, where are the regulations? Because the first thing I thought was, but are you going to mandate that the facilities that open, at least their employees are inoculated or have at least taken their first shot?
Yeah.
Are you going to... there's a way to control it. Just like they controlled how fast we shut everything down and regulated that, they can regulate and say, and then you are more than welcome to go to places, but especially places where you congregate, like bars, clubs, all of that kind of congregation stuff. They should require that you show, just like you got to show your ID to prove your age.
Show your vaccination card. Right.
All this gray and all this ass, and I still get carded at places
exactly.
for my ID to prove that I am the age I am. But I don't have to show a card or at least some kind of record to show I'm inoculated to enter your facility to help this from. I just feel like it's going to go crazy.
It's going to be, because what's going to happen is the people who didn't want to wear masks in the first place, they're just like, I don't need to wear my mask.
And them are mostly more than likely the ones who've had COVID.
Right, exactly.
And
have
currently have it and spreading the hell out
and
of it.
spreading it. And the thing is, like, I could see, and restaurants and a lot of businesses are in an uproar. And I love the way that businesses are responding, because they're like, you know what? Governor Abbott said one thing, but guess what? You still need to wear your mask when you come in here.
I think whatever the governor's not regulating, they should.
I think it's great. And even like Mayor Turner has said with the city, government officials, city employees, if you go into a city building, you still have to wear your mask.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
but he's
just
a huge
absurd.
Trump supporter, so we already know everything behind that. At the end of the day, them people sell their firstborn children for a little piece of change. So they don't give a damn about nobody else's kids.
Well, Mississippi follows suit.
That's what I'm right, but exactly. That's also
It's also red state. So it's just right. We
They're
already know what it is.
They're on a mission.
They are on a mission.
Yeah.
So, but I just if you're thinking about not wearing your mask, because I see people posting, well, I wasn't wearing my mask in the first place. See, and that's why I don't hang out with you.
Away from me.
This is why I don't hang out with you.
You one of the reasons why my mom and daddy got sick. You dirty.
Right. So I don't, it's like you're not thinking, people are only thinking about themselves, and they're not thinking about spreading it to people who are more susceptible and who have underlying conditions and all of that. Like, I'm still thinking about other people. It's not just about me. So, let's give Governor Abbott a girl shut up. Girl, shut up. Yeah, so it just really upsets me, because I think it's a very selfish act, because of course he's been vaccinated.
He done been stuck all his ass in his legs.
Exactly.
Let's just be real here. All in his ass and his legs. Okay.
It just really upsets me.
Hit me here.
Right.
He don't give a damn.
He don't care. So I just encourage everybody to please stay safe. Think about not just yourself, but others.
Yep.
And
but that's another subject.
Right.
And that's just in totality.
Right.
Okay.
People
just and I also do feel like that. I wanted to say this, that oh God, what is the word for it? What is it called? Quarantining.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it has taken a psychological, even further effect on people.
Oh yeah.
From
absolutely.
us coming out of a selfie world. And everything is about the I, the ego, because the I is the ego. When we say I, we're speaking from a place of ego.
Yeah.
And then you take people who you are already morphing into selfish ass people, and you put them in quarantine where they have to think for themselves, act for themselves, go through pandemics, go through natural disasters by themselves. When you set those people loose, let me tell you what you're setting loose. You're setting loose a market of people who don't give a fuck about the person to the left or the right of them. And that's some dangerous stuff you're doing here, because at that point there's an immorality. Yeah. There's a lack of morals. There's a lack of humanity, and you're setting and turning people loose out in here that is just like, I don't care. And unfortunately, that will be the thing that will make us implode.
Yep,
I see it coming. I see it coming a mile away. But it's just like, I'm one person. Who am I? Mind my business, my black-owned business, because I don't have no other business to mind, and it doesn't matter because they don't want my black-owned opinion. They just want my black-owned dollar. So again, another. See, the topic's right there. Damn self around.
Right. Exactly.
So
it's right there.
What does this little brown girl know?
Hello.
So yeah.
Listen. So on that note, guys.
On that note.
Follow us on @official beautyish on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff, because we want to give you what you want. All right.
Absolutely.
So support us because we're giving you what you want.
But do we want to give them what they want, or do we need to give them what they need?
Well, that too. We
Because I think they need
both. Both. We give them what you need and what you want. All right.
They want the chocolate.
They want the chocolate.
We're going to give them that's good knowledge.
Exactly. So we'll see you guys Thursday at 10 a.m. Central. We love you all.
We love you so much.
And yes, if you guys want to email us topics, want to be a guest, want to be a sponsor, advertise.
Oh, do you want to send us some champagne?
Oh, right.
I'll shout you out.
hello@beautyish.com.
Don't send no wine. It makes me sleepy.
I like wine.
Not at 10 o'clock in the morning.
White wine.
Don't laugh, Mike.
White wine.
Mike, you just got your job back, Mike. You back there. See, laugh, Mike. This is why.
White wine, no.
I don't know damn white wine at 10 o'clock in the morning. Give me some bubbles.
You know what? We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.